you stop and take a little time out with me? Just take 5.
You're on mute, Mo.
Yeah, it take 5 part. I know it's actually every single week. Got a good little show pack today. Make sure y'all follow us on all social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. Whole bit. We got daily content coming out. Stay tuned for updates. How are we feeling this morning, gentlemen?
Feel pretty good.
Great.
Sergio?
I'm good.
Positive?
Your takes didn't come into fruition, Jew.
It's okay.
Your girl's down in the bayou.
I mean, if y'all want to get started with that, we can go ahead and address that. We haven't spoke on that, have we?
We'll address it in due time. First and foremost, J. Cole or Bryson Tiller?
I didn't even listen to the J. Cole.
I didn't listen to either.
I like the J. Cole a little bit better, but the Bryson stuff is still hard.
I listened to some of Bryson, but the Cole thing was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
I just feel like the whole stuff is lame to me. Like, I don't know.
It is.
Like, why are they dissing each other as like 40-year-old fathers? And like, I don't know.
And like, I thought at this point they were cool with each other. Like,
I mean, I thought they were too.
And
especially like they dropped the song, like, you know, like the big 3 song was Cole, Kendrick, and me. Was it not? Like, it wasn't that what he said?
Something like that.
Yeah, he has said that before in the song for sure. Like,
I thought that was recent, like this year or last year. I'm pretty sure him and Drake said that, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
But Kendrick wasn't going for the big 3.
I mean, I guess, but like, I'm just saying. I just feel like it's all weird. It's all a little weird. Like, none of them have really dropped that. I don't know. In my opinion, they haven't dropped a good solo project in a long time. Like, I was talking about it with some of my friends from college. Like, J. Cole hasn't dropped a good solo project, in my opinion, since like maybe when we were in high school.
Whoa.
I mean, we can go through it. Like,
that one he just dropped with the Lil Baby feature.
Off season you're talking about?
Off season, yeah, that was hard.
The off season was solid. The off season was solid, but it wasn't hard. KOD was not hard. I mean, I'm just keeping
the off season wasn't hard.
Dude,
hard? I don't think that's a hard project.
Hard. Yeah.
Hard? Oh wow.
There's some very elite songs, but
and like Kendrick hasn't dropped a good solo album since literally we were in high school.
He just doesn't drop.
Like, so we were at 20. That was 2017 when Damn came out. So
I mean, well,
like
his last album was good. I don't think it was as good as his previous projects.
But I couldn't even listen to Mr. Morale and the Steppers or whatever. I don't like that. I'm not gonna lie. So I just think the whole beef is weird because like why? And we've seen a lot of our legends like, you know, do a lot of weird stuff recently. So, you know.
I mean, they needed to.
Like at this point, like why at this point? Like
I feel like, I don't know, maybe they were trying to hold on to the past. Like, Drake.
Not even.
We saw what
Like,
Drake did on the airplane. We saw what Kendrick has now done, and J. Cole has now just dropped a surprise diss album to Kendrick. So it's kind of like, well,
I mean, we already had, what was it? What episode was that? Big as the what? I think something like that.
yeah.
It's all promo. Rap is just not where it needs to be at the very moment. So like, start up a beef. Album sales are skyrocketing now. Like people want to listen and see, oh, what did he say? What did he say? Like, I think that's what this is about, honestly. I don't, to this day, I don't even understand what they would be beefing over for real. Like I've heard rumors and speculation, but that's about it. Like
And
that's
then
all.
also to address the Drake and Future, they're beefing over a woman who's like, she's like $15 for a song at a strip club in Miami. And like, I went to school in Miami, so I know this. Like, I'm sure. Like, she's a fee for a song at the strip club. Like, they got to stop it. Like, they're billionaires. Why are you beefing over a stripper? That's ridiculous. But we can move forward. Like,
Yeah, on that note, we definitely have to keep it going. I'd take five. Episode 19, open portals. Definitely a lot to speak on, a lot to get into. As Miles mentioned before, Drew be going out bad. Let's see if some of his takes come to fruition today. We got some, March Madness going later. But we'll see. We will see. Open portals. So let's start with a little football here. Get it out of the way. Stephon Diggs. All right. So the Texans acquired Diggs on Wednesday. I've been told they're sending a 2025 second round pick from Minnesota to Buffalo. Houston also acquired 2 draft picks, a 2024 sixth rounder and a 2025 fifth round pick. In addition to this, the Texans wiped out the final 3 years on Diggs' contract, giving him the ability to become a free agent after this season. Okay, so what was y'all's reactions to this? And what does this mean for Buffalo? What does it mean for the Texans?
Well, this was a long time coming. The writing was definitely on the wall with the trade.
yeah.
I think that, the Bills era was definitely over. And then for Houston to pick up Stephon Diggs, they already had a pretty high-powered offense, I would say, last year. And then to add top 5 to 10 receiver in the league, it's gonna be a scary sight for the AFC.
For Buffalo, though, I think that hurts them like so much, because I feel like they released like half of their defense. They traded Gabe Davis, or they didn't re-sign Gabe Davis. Like at this point, it's just Kincaid and James Cook. Like they're in trouble for sure. They better draft a good receiver or make a trade or do something.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like as it stands right now, it's hard to comment on Buffalo because like it's an incomplete team. We had the draft in like 2 weeks, so and they're still free agency, so we'll see what happens there. But I don't know. Like y'all said, Houston, that's definitely a good deal, and they got him for only 1 year. So if it doesn't work out, they can, they're basically moved off it. I don't know. It sucks if it doesn't work out for them because that kind of means they're pushing their chips into this year. It seems like you gave up a second round pick for possibly a 1 year rental. So, but we'll see how it works. We won't really know till next year.
Yeah, and they brought in Joe Mixon. I think they definitely are trying to make that 2-year window.
They brought in. They gotta. I mean, it's obvious they're trying to win while CJ's on his his rookie deal, which makes sense. Because those guys, they have a lot of good young players. Like both of those receivers, let's say Nico Collins and Dell. Like they're probably gonna have to get paid. Obviously, they're both young, but around the time CJ has to get paid, they're gonna have to get paid. I know they already paid Dawson Schultz, not crazy money, but pretty good money for a tight end.
Yeah.
And then they cashed out on Danielle Hunter. Will Anderson's going to have to get paid at the same time. Stingley's going to have to get paid. So, like, I understand why they're, pushing their chips in this year.
Yeah, it was a great move. Like I think they're and like I don't know why people keep saying this. Like they're not the best team in Dallas or in Texas. In my opinion, they're the best team right now in Texas for sure.
Probably. I mean, it's close.
Narratives. We have to see what it actually looks like on grass and turf, But let's just go ahead and say this, Stephon Diggs, like Miles mentioned, 5 to 10, top 5 to 10 receiver that we have in the league. Definitely one of my favorite receivers, definitely electric and definitely a veteran. This is also, in my eyes, this is high praise for CJ Stroud after 1 year of football. You know what I'm saying? Like we saw what he was able to do. He's a very good player. But now the pressure is on. You gentlemen seem to have some expectations of how this team is going to perform due to this move and some other moves that this team has made. So we're really going to have to see if CJ is exactly who we think he is. Am I right?
Yeah.
He performed.
Okay.
He's definitely on the clock. Like, when they made that move, he's on the clock. They traded for him. I mean, they traded for Diggs and Danielle Hunter, 2 guys who are above 30. Like, it's obvious, like, they're, they think they're ready to win now. So we'll see.
Absolutely. And, rumor has it, right? And it's not really a rumor. This is just how it is. When you get a guy on a 1-year deal like this, he's going to be looking for that next contract. You know what I mean? So he's definitely going to want to perform at a very high level. So we should see a lot out of Diggs. I'm interested to see how they use him and pause. But yeah, it should be good. It definitely should be good. Got any thoughts on Buffalo, Texans?
To like the Buffalo point, I kind of understand why they had to move off Diggs because like it seemed like the chemistry wasn't working well with him and Josh Allen, and like I don't know, I feel like it was I feel like they think their quarterback's good enough to do what the Chiefs have done. Like we saw the Chiefs move off Tyreek Hill. Obviously, they still have Kelsey and stuff, but like the Chiefs moved off Tyreek Hill. They're trying to like say like, yeah, our quarterback's good enough to elevate whoever receivers are around him. So we'll see if that proves to be true. I don't know if that's true. As from what we've seen, I can't say that's true. Like I don't think that's true. Like I think Diggs helps Josh Allen a lot, but I do think that's a big reason why they did it.
Yeah, I can only agree with that.
Is Diggs a diva?
Yeah,
I mean, he is.
Yes.
A lot of wide receivers are though, so it's not like that's not new.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey man, he gets over to the Texans and it doesn't work out. Then I mean, what do we do now? Like, where do we go from here?
That's a good question.
Like, I don't know. Just don't know.
I mean, he'll probably screw himself. Like if he acts the way he's been acting these past couple of years, and like some of it's been warranted, of course, but some of it's just like typical wide receiver behavior. But like if he underperforms this year, like with getting getting a high volume of passes thrown his way, like then I mean, like Julian said, like he's turned 30 or 31, like he's on the latter end of his career, so he'll just I'm not sure what the reasoning was behind like cutting his contract. I didn't obviously like it was a negotiated thing. I don't know if it would help the Texans or if it's something that Stephon Diggs wants to like bet on himself to make more money, but yeah, this could go poorly. I don't think any of us think it will go poorly, but he could end up losing a lot of money in the long run after this season. So
yeah, for what I have, it seems like he is willing to bet on himself after this. That's what it sounds like.
Like I get that, but I just don't understand why he would do that. Like,
why would you cut 3 years
yeah,
off of a deal? Like, I don't know.
You're going into a team that already has 2 established, like I don't know, they're not star receivers, but like Nico Collins is a star receiver. I would say like he's proven that, and Tank Dell was playing like a star before he got hurt, but he was just a rookie. So like you're going into a team with 2 other mouths to really 3 because they have Schultz
and 4 Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon catches passes too. So there's 4 mouths to feed besides yours. How much are you expecting to produce? Like I don't know. And nobody's gonna pay him, you know, top of the market wide receiver money. I'm talking about Diggs. After this year, like he's not gonna get top of the market wide receiver money.
Well,
I don't
wouldn't
think
he?
so.
If he continues to play elite level,
I don't think I'm saying he can't. I don't think that he's going to put up the same numbers. Like I just don't think it works out that
what
way.
if he does though? Like,
I mean, if he does, of course he'll cash out. But I
Yeah.
just don't think that works. Like mathematically, how are they gonna get everyone the ball?
There's not enough football to go around. Like,
what do you expect him to get then? Like,
So I mean, a bit less. Like I'm not saying he's getting worse necessarily, but I don't think he's going to get Jamar Chase money or Justin Jefferson. Like they're about to reset the market. CD Lamb, they're about to reset the market this year. I think pretty sure it's this offseason.
yeah,
He's not getting paid that money. Like no.
that's fair.
Y'all gotta tell me, but wouldn't it be right to assume that they in negotiations they had to wipe off that 3 years just for him to be able to move to a different team? Like
that's
I don't-
possible. Like, it could have helped the Texans' sake as well, but that's
Yeah.
where it's kind of. I'm not sure what. Obviously, it was negotiated on both sides, and both sides were okay with it. But it's a surprising move for Stephon Diggs' case, I would say. But it probably did. I'm sure it helped the Texans a lot in terms of
financially, it definitely helps.
Yeah.
Them
it helps them now,
for this year
see
only.
about
though.
later. Yeah, we'll see about later. I'd say 5. Let's keep it moving. See what we got next year. Oh yeah, we got to go to some national basketball real quick. Julius Randle, right? So it was announced he's undergoing season-ending surgery on the shoulder. All right. So I have here that the Knicks are 15-14 without Julius Randle this season. All right. Playoffs just around the corner, about a week or two, and remaining for that. I should see. Somebody could check and see what the Knicks seed is. I feel like they're
like the 5th.
4th.
Yeah, 4th, 5th.
They're probably 4th.
They're 5th.
Yeah. So similar to what it was last year. I think they were 5th. But now they're without Julius Randle, obviously all NBA player, all-star. And he's a boss. I want to know what y'all's reaction was to this news. Of course, Julius Randle's been out for a long time. And I want y'all to think about what the ceiling can be for this Knicks team now that we know that Julius Randle will not be in that lineup.
I mean, the ceiling's not very high. Like you just said, they've been 15-14 in the last 29, 30 games. So it's matchup wise, like, okay, they'll play the Magic, who have been playing very good basketball this year, but it's also a whole bunch of young, unproven talent in the postseason. So maybe they can get out the first round, but I think that's where it stops. Like they can get a second round berth, and I don't know. It's a matchup thing, but I think Jalen Brunson himself he's made an even bigger step without Julius Randle, of course, but I don't think there's any room for them.
I definitely want to hear about MVP Brunson, from our bad over here. Like, I definitely want to know exactly how he feels about this. You take that duo away, right? They still have OG. Mitchell Robinson just came back late March. Like, what are we thinking right now?
Nah, I mean, I was sick for Brunson for sure. Like, I felt like with Randall back in the lineup, they were definitely a top 3 team in the East. Like, you can't tell me the Bucks were better than them at full strength. Like, you can't. Like, the only team that was better than them was the Celtics. So I feel like they had a good chance if they faced the Celtics in the playoffs. Like, I felt like they matched up pretty well. But
can I just understand something before you keep going? So I can't tell you that they're I can't tell you that they're not better than the Bucks full strength. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Like,
I'm just confused why you think the Bucks are so far.
But I'm just confused as to when you've seen the Knicks at full strength. When have you seen that?
I mean, I'm just saying if we were able to see it.
I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying.
Dude,
What
if
have
we
you
were-
seen the Knicks at full strength this season?
Dude,
We
I'm
haven't.
talking about the team with OG and and Brunson, dude. They're 15-2 with OG and Jalen in the lineup. That's a real fact.
It's
Like,
not
if-
full strength.
Okay, exactly. If Julius Randle was in there adding scoring, you don't think they would be even better?
Most likely, yeah. That's why I'm in this conversation. But
Okay,
I
then.
mean,
So
he
defense,
hasn't been there, so it's just like, how would we know? Like,
dude, we already know their defense is elite with OG. Add in Mitchell Robinson. Oh snap, that's a top 3 defense in the league. You add in Julius Randle to a team that has a scorer like Brunson and scoring off the bench with DiVincenzo. That's a
DiVincenzo.
top team in the league. Don't do that. He's a top 3 maker in threes this league in threes this year. I'm pretty sure. So,
I mean, that's probably not. This is probably not far off. It's probably accurate.
Yeah, it's up
You
there.
know, is that going to win me a playoff series?
against the Magic, they would have definitely beat the Magic. Next round would have been a lot tougher. But I feel like they're their best team in the East, other than the Celtics, if they had Julius Randle.
Julian,
I just feel like it's tough to say that. We had this conversation before. Like, first, I'm gonna say, like, yeah, it really sucks for the Knicks because I think, like you said, they could be good, but we don't know. And like, that's the biggest problem with the Knicks. Like, we have no clue. And I remember when we were having this conversation, you were saying like, yeah, if they get Randall back, like they'll be okay, like to just insert him into the lineup. And me and Morgan were like, it doesn't work like that. Like, you can't just come back in and like, you know.
But he adds scoring that they don't.
I understand. But I'm saying since everyone has been
On
in and
paper,
out of that
that-
lineup, my point is
But
I don't think they're going to have much success in the playoffs because they don't have like I feel like they don't have any like continuity together. Like the team has not played together. Even this current team, like they haven't really played together that much. Like OG's been out of the lineup, like you just said. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I think their ceiling, to answer Morgan's question, is like the second round. That would be their ceiling. And I think they'll have a tough series in the first round, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think I said.
I mean, and we have to be honest with ourselves, right? Right. Okay, so like I said, OG Anunoby, he just had his first game back April 5th. And Mitchell Robinson in lineup, role players there. You lose to Chicago and Chicago, so we know what Chicago is, right? They're not that great of a team. So again, it's just to Julian's point, the chemistry. What can this team be? I just don't think they put in enough weeks for us to really count on them to get out of like a second round, or if they do play the Magic, that's gonna be a tough series. I feel
No,
like.
it won't. No, it won't. But
Okay.
you're right. After the Magic,
Yeah.
after the Magic is done.
After the
The
Magic,
Magic
they'll
suck.
play the Celtics, won't they?
Yeah. If all stays the same.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just downplay the Magic. Like
No,
Can't
I
do
am.
it.
I was saying at the beginning, like, yeah, okay, they don't have the playoff experience, but they're well
They
over
have good players.
Their
Yeah.
team that I thought it was one of those young teams that they start hot and they would start tailing off. They really haven't. Like they had maybe a couple down patches, but they've been 46 and 33, something like that. Like that's a very impressive year for a team that they probably have all like 25 and under players on the team, on the starting 5 at least right now.
Who play?
Pretty
mostly.
much, yeah.
They just don't have a scorer
Maybe
though.
Bo.
Like Franz is probably their best scorer. Like, and if they had,
About Paolo
oh yeah, I
Banchero.
forgot.
Like
Oh yeah, that's their captain. Like that's their best player. Like how could you forget that?
Franz is an elite scorer too. But my point was like their scoring is not enough for
Not an
the
elite scorer.
Franz. Is an
Yeah,
elite.
and we're acting like the Knicks have elite scorers outside of Brunson. Like, what are we saying?
But I'm just saying their defense is a lot better. than
It's
the-
not a
hasn't
lot
been-
better. The
it hasn't
Magic
been that
prided
good,
themselves
though.
on defense the entire year. Jamal
hasn't-
Boston, like you.
Come on.
Recently, the Knicks defense hasn't been that great, also. So, just saying.
As a
Listen.
whole, in total, they've been pretty good.
When they were healthy, they were good. But how? I don't know.
They should be good come playoff time on the defensive end. That's gonna help them, win games. like Miles said, though, don't downplay the Magic. We can't do that. You know, they're green, of course. Can't downplay them, though. Definitely can't downplay.
So what's the series going to be? I just want to know.
6 or 7.
Okay.
I mean, 6 or
Like,
7.
I don't even know who wins. Like I'll say it's a toss up, but yeah, it'll go deep.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a 4 and a 5.
It's not like the Knicks without Randall are gonna go in there and sweep them. Like
I
what
could
are you trying to say?
I could see that, dude. Dude, the Knicks, dude, we're downplaying the Knicks. They were 15-2 with OG and Jalen in the lineup. Y'all, like, people are downplaying them because OG went out for a minute and they were pretty bad because they had to start bench players, but they're deep. They have good defense and they have shooting and an elite scorer. So, I mean, I just don't see the Magic putting up.
That sounds like a Magic team, but you know,
but they have experience, like y'all said that.
Yeah, they're definitely great. I mean, they have to use that to their advantage, for sure. I mean, it's the truth.
Very much so. Like there's multiple teams that don't really. They have no like expectations of how it should go, how it shouldn't go. Like the Magic or a team like that. OKC, I'm curious to see how they perform this year. Timberwolves, in a sense, like
definitely they have expectations, in my opinion, though.
And like we saw this with the Grizzlies a couple years ago. Like they didn't know any better going into the playoffs, and then you can fire off a good playoff series by not really knowing any better.
I guess
it'll be tough.
T-Wolves need to win, though, in my opinion.
We saw Ricky CJ Stroud.
What?
Yeah, at least a series. They need to have success in the playoffs. Like, what are they, second right now? Second right
They're
now
first
in the conference.
right now,
They're
I believe.
first.
But they don't even have
They're, huh?
They don't have Cat, don't they? They don't have Cat.
Yeah, I mean that's a big hit. But
isn't he supposed to be? He's supposed to be there, isn't he?
Well, round one.
Maybe.
I don't know if there's anything.
It wouldn't be the first round. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first round.
Well, that could get sticky for them. They still need to win. I'm not gonna lie. They still need to win, though. Bro, you can't be first. You can't finish first in your conference and not win. I'm sorry.
They lost their second best.
I'm saying you can't finish first in your conference and get bounced out in the first round. That would be unacceptable for them. They have expectations. That's unacceptable.
The West is deep.
I don't care. You can't be your first seed and lose to an 8. Like that's a failure.
You're saying that, but again, there are teams at the bottom of the West that are better than the Timberwolves without their second best player. Like,
so okay. So if they get, I think the Suns are out of it right now, right? The Suns are 6 right now.
They're 6 right now.
Okay, so if they get the Kings, they need to beat the Kings. Okay, they should beat the Kings, right?
Why should they?
Bro, come on now. We can't make excuses for them. Bro, they need to beat the Kings. They need to beat the Kings if they get the Kings first round. Okay? Bro, they should be. They need to beat the Kings. If you finish first in your conference, you need to beat the Kings.
Playing right now is the Lakers that I would be like,
yeah, okay. If they play us, okay, cool. like okay. I think they would lose to us with Cat anyway. So I would say, like, if they played us, I think they're gonna lose. So yeah. I mean, I've been said that, but like Kings, yes. Warriors, absolutely yes. Like they should beat the Warriors.
I don't know if they're beating the Warriors in a 7-game series.
These Warriors are not, bro. These Warriors.
I know it, but like I don't know if they could do that without calling
the Warriors. But this is pretty.
These Warriors didn't the Warriors just get beat last night? Who did they lose? Oh, the Mavs. They got beat by the Mavs, and they needed the game. Yeah, and they needed that game. Yeah,
and barely.
Like, come on now.
They handled business beating the Rockets the other day. That was the most.
No, they did. They clinched the play or clinched the play in with that pretty much. But like, I'm just saying they should not lose to the Warriors. And then who's the last team?
The Pelicans.
Oh, okay. That's not sweet either. But like, they need to beat them though. No, but they need to beat them though.
That you should beat. Like
they need to beat the Pelicans though. Come on, you cannot.
They need to beat everybody.
We cannot make.
They can. Like
no, I'm just saying we can't make excuses for them as the first seed. If you finish first in your conference, you should not lose to the play-in teams.
They had Cap most of the year. That's why they're such a high seed. Like, if they didn't have Cap most of the year, they would not be up there. I promise you.
Dude, well, but they've maintained. Whereas, like, let's say someone like the 76ers, they lost Joel Embiid
Okay.
and y'all's
That's Joel
fired. No, it's not the same. But if you lose one of your top players and like you still maintain, like that's
You have expectations. You have expectations.
No, they went out the window with Cat. Like, can we be
No, they didn't. That's a cop out, bro. That's a
last
cop
year,
out.
Cat was their best player. Like, what are we talking about?
I don't care. I don't care about before last year. Now he's not.
But Ant is a young player. What do you expect Ant to do with no help? Bro has Rudy Gobert as his second best player. What do you want him to do?
He's like Donovan Mitchell for real. That's crazy.
What do you want him to do?
That's wild.
I want him to win in the first round.
Go lobs?
I want him to win in the first round.
Okay,
Hey,
I mean,
I'd say far. We getting too far from the point, so I would keep it going because we got a lot to get into.
Let's get it
And,
weird.
I'm glad Ian is awake for this one though, because USC freshman Bronny James Jr. All right, declaring for the 2024 NBA draft, and is also entering the NCAA transfer portal to maintain his flexibility. All right. Before we get into it, let it be known that Bronny averaged 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists a game. All right. So I want to know, is this a smart move for LeBron's son?
I mean, why not? You maintain eligibility. Like, this is what a lot of people. It's not like, obviously he's getting the headline because he's LeBron James Jr. But like, this is what a lot of players do. You're allowed to put your name into the draft pool, maintain college eligibility, just to see what scouts are thinking, see where you're gonna land. So like, why not? Like, it's just a big deal because it's Bronny James. Like, clearly he's not going to be a high draft pick at this point. Like, if he wasn't LeBron James Jr., like, he wouldn't get drafted in the 60 picks anyways. But like, why not? I'm sure he'll just end up transferring somewhere one more year.
I don't see a team really picking him up other than like for picking up LeBron in the same breath. What do you mean? Dude, I'm
dead.
Dude, that was the whole thing. I only said people would draft LeBron. That's what I said the whole time.
Yeah, that's the biggest point in this whole thing, though.
That's
I think if he enters the draft, he's definitely going to get drafted. Like, he's going to get drafted I know he declared, but like, if he actually stays in the draft, he's going to get drafted now.
Okay, that's exactly what I said. I said the only reason he'll get drafted is because of his dad. No one's gonna draft him off of his skill. Like, we know this.
Okay, I'm just saying. Okay.
I what?
Nah, it's okay. That's cool.
Nah, explain yourself.
It's cool. It's cool. You explain yourself.
About what?
You don't remember the tune that you were singing a few weeks ago?
About what? Did I say Bronny was some elite player?
No, but you said that he should go to the draft.
Okay.
Never mind. I don't think, in my opinion, for Bronny himself, it's a bad move. Like, for Bronny, his career, like him as a person, I don't think, or him as a basketball player, I don't think it's a good move to leave college after a season that he didn't play. You know, he didn't play all of it. Number one, he had some health concerns. Like, hopefully he's fully recovered from that. But he didn't play that well anyway. Like, he's not a great college player, and you don't have to be necessarily, like, a lot of it is based on potential, but like, I don't know. I'm surprised. I would like to see him play a year of college. He's still young. Like,
and I think he wasn't in a great situation anyways. Like, he was always coming off the bench, he was always going to come off the bench, whether he had the cardiac arrest or not. Like, because, I mean, you're playing behind Isaiah Collier and like a fourth or fifth year Boogie Ellis. Yeah. So
still though.
Yeah,
4 points per game. You can't go play.
You can't play pro ball for that. Like, you need another like show me year.
I think we can all agree that this has LeBron James Sr. written all over it. You know, I strongly believe that, to Miles' point, And I'm gonna just add a little bit onto it. Of course, he's just doing this for some vibes. And, maybe get some NBA workouts. Let some let some T see what he's working with.
Yeah.
Pause. Like he's definitely has skills. You know what I mean? Even if they weren't on full display during the college season, like he definitely has the skills of a very talented guard. Just for vibes, just see, what things are like. See what teams are thinking when it comes down to, his workout space, seeing what he could actually do there, and not, coming off the bench playing limited minutes, what have you, just to see what's going on. And we already had this discussion about the transfer portal, though, when it comes down to college sports. Like, transfer where? Where do you think Brian? Where do we think Brian James' son, would go? Like, right? They already live in California out there. Like, they have a beautiful family. Shout out to Jury James. Zuri. Is it Zuri or Jury? Zuri James. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? The whole bit. Like, they be playing ball in the driveway. Where would he even go? Like, where do y'all think he would actually consider transferring? Like, is that actually something that he's considering, or like, is it just fine?
He definitely won't be at USC next year.
Yeah, from what it looks like I saw his like social media posts, like he's posting like himself in other jerseys and stuff like that. So I think he's probably up out of USC. But it's like, I don't know. My only thing with y'all's point is like, why will LeBron's son go do draft workouts just for vibes? Like, out of all the players in the league, him, like, I feel like that doesn't benefit him at all, though, because it will never be true vibes with him. Like, a team can be like, "Oh, we love you. Like, we're gonna take you first round. We're gonna take you second round. Like, even just because they're gonna get his dad next year."
But that's what I'm saying, though. They got to see what the vibes are like. Like,
dude, I'm still like, I still don't fully buy into the fact that like whatever team gets Bronny is gonna automatically get LeBron James. Like,
I don't know, bro.
Dude, it's not automatic.
Let's say like the Detroit Pistons, they like, I don't know how it all.
He's not He's not gonna go to the Pistons. But the Pistons, if the Pistons piss away their pick and pick Bronny James, like in a full rebuild, like they're just fools. Like if they do that, they would be fools.
But to me, that's why it's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, no, Bron's not trying to go to Detroit. But it's just like, let's say the Warriors step up to the plate. Like, listen. Right.
That's trying
to get you over here.
That would be more understandable. Like,
exactly. Like if this is what we gotta do, then so be it. Like,
a mid-round team. Like, I feel like they would definitely do it. Like a team like the Pistons who are in a full rebuild.
Yeah, like teams in the gutter. Like,
they're not gonna do that. Like they would. If they did, they would be dumb. Like for a 40-year-old LeBron, like that would just be a dumb move. But the mid teams, like the middle of the pack teams, like I don't know. Even a team like if it wasn't the Lakers, like I bet you the Lakers would do it. Like I bet you they would. But
nah,
we'll see.
I don't even think they'll want him there. Like even the front office.
What?
Dude, Jenny Buss, she does not like LeBron. She said that Russ was the most important player on the team when he was there.
Jenny Buss.
Jenny
does like LeBron. Yeah, Jenny does like LeBron.
Yeah, right. Nah.
Very obvious.
Like she wasn't fawning over him. Like,
I saw the video, bro. I don't care. He just said happy birthday. Like he was trying to kiss up to her. Like, nah.
Bro,
he
was hilarious for that.
Yeah. Okay.
She disrespects him every year. He's getting out of there.
When has she disrespected him?
Like,
nah, she said Russ was the best player that year that he sucked. That happened.
Anyways,
I don't remember that happening.
Yeah, that because it didn't happen. He's chatting. Like he's just chatting. But anywho, like I said, he's got to see what the vibes are like. After that, I don't know where he goes though. He might slide to Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like he might slide across the country for real. Like
we don't want to. Not just playing.
Yeah, like to be for real now. Like he's definitely gonna go somewhere we could play.
Nah, he needs to start, but he will come off the bench for us. I'm not gonna lie. We have a 5-star incoming and Nigel Pack. So
It's
Being
LeBron's
real,
son,
like,
man.
LeBron's son will be on the bench for Jim Larinaga. I'm telling you.
Bro, they gonna find a way. Like 1, 2, or 3. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all don't have that many players. Like be for real.
Yes, we. All right,
Bro, be for real. You know who Bron's son is? Like you're not sure who he is.
He averaged 4 points per game. Our number one point guard averaged 20 points per game 3 years ago. So,
but you just got through with your dribble about, he didn't play most of the season, health concerns, rada. So it's just like
it's not Nigel Pack.
Nigel Pack pulls from lineup.
Nigel Pack pulls from Curry range. We have a 5-star coming in, so there's no room. He can be our Bensley Joseph. He can be our backup point guard. Defense.
The backup point guard is crazy.
Yeah, if he goes to Miami, he would literally be in the same situation he was at USC. Like
he would be our 3-and-D
veteran guard and 5-star freshman coming in. Like
I'm telling you,
this is crazy talk. Like again, like one in the summer when he's doing cone drills in front of scouts, you know, they gonna find a way. Like I'm telling you, he's nice.
I won't be surprised if he goes this year. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
We'll have to see.
I would get him.
I don't see it.
I don't think he should, but I won't be surprised because he put his name in. Like I wouldn't have even put my name in if I wasn't seriously considering it. Like as LeBron's son, I wouldn't. But
we got to realize, to maintain your college eligibility, like you can't sign with an agent, but like when your best friend next door neighbor is Rich Paul, like obviously there's some words going on. So,
I mean, he definitely knows exactly what he's supposed to do. So it's just like, you know, he's playing his chess. We'll see about it.
And bro,
last point I'll make. Let me just make one last point. Do y'all remember Shaq's son, Sharif O'Neal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never came back with me.
Right, and do y'all know where he is now?
Okay,
so he's in the G League still, right? He's had some opportunities, but again, never really had great college run. Health concerns, wasn't able to really make a name on that next level at least yet. That's all I'm saying. I just don't want him to go like that. But we'll see. That's it for him. Got some LSU ball to talk about. Julian goes out back. But first and foremost, we got to talk about Haley Van Lith. All right, so she's entering the transfer portal after a season with LSU. Y'all think she's moving smart, or what's going on with that?
No, I feel bad for her. Like she's just moving everywhere at this point, just trying to find a home. But
she's smart, bro. Yeah. Go ahead, Moss. You can go.
I mean, yeah, she probably the game we just saw was probably not a great representation, but I think it's just not enough. It goes back to like not enough ball to go around, and like you have a whole bunch of star players on LSU that are still going to be there for the next couple of years. So it's probably where she can kind of take the lead of the team, kind of be more ball dominant than she was and could be on LSU. So I wouldn't say it's a bad move, but it goes back to my overall transfer portal argument where like it's just way too easy these days. So
see, I strongly disagree with Miles. I you know, of course we're gonna talk about Angel Reese going to the draft. She was their starting one, and as far as I'm concerned, like she was the starting guard.
But she shouldn't be. Like I think that's why she should leave. Like she's one of the best players in the country. Like I'm just being real. Like if we look at her past, like when she played on Louisville, she's one of the best players in the country. She's not a point guard though. She's a 2 guard, and they had her playing point guard. that whole game, just that one game. If I was Haley Van Lith, would make me want to transfer. Like they completely set you up for failure in that one game. Number one, we have you playing out of position, which is fine. Like we want to get you in, that's fine. That happens. Then we have you one-on-one on the island with the best player in the country. Like that is like it was just asinine by Kim Mulkey. And like I don't know. I just can't understand that at all. So if I was her, yes, I would want to leave.
Now Julian took some of the words out of my mouth here. First and foremost, though, ain't nobody trying to have a 5'7" shooting guard on their team.
Oh,
Like,
Haley Van Lith
you don't have true aspirations. No. Let me finish.
Is
No.
a bucket.
No. Let me speak though. You don't really have true aspirations, in tournament if y'all have Haley Van Lith running shooting guard. Like, she also has to guard shooting guards too. I just want to put that out there. First and foremost, let's get that out of the way. Secondly, to Julian's point, it's got to be the Kim Mulkey thing, guys. Like, it has to be the Kim Mulkey thing. Aside from the fact that she did, in fact, set her up for failure. She did. Like, we all saw the game. All right. Not only that, but like, she has to answer questions about, is Kim Mulkey, treating everybody fairly in the locker room? All this controversy, drama. She's speaking up for Angel Reese now. She ain't signed up. She did not sign up for all that. Like, she just go over there trying to hoop. And there's all this other stuff she's got to deal with. Like, I just feel like she just wants to go somewhere where she could play free of all of that nonsense, finish out her college career, and see what the next steps are. I add on to Ian as well. I do feel bad for the girl as well, because yes, you moving around the country. You know what I mean? Like, you packing up the trunk again. Whole world blames you, for something that, it's part of your control, but not in the majority.
They shouldn't be blaming her, bro. Come on, bro.
No,
I mean, she had mental lapses out there. I mean, I disagree.
She did have a
with
bad
Julia
game.
in the
She
fact
had a bad
that-
game, but like, come on, bro.
Dude, she
She had a bad game with a poor game plan. Like,
A terrible
I
game.
just- I get it, but like, do we really think Mulkey told these girls to go under screens?
I don't.
Do
think
we
that
really believe that?
She must not have hammered it in enough to never go under, because it happened
Right.
multiple times.
yeah.
So like,
guess
at
not.
that point, it's on her. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
guess
it wasn't just Haley. It wasn't just Haley who went under the screen. Pow or Pow, whatever. What's her name?
Poa?
Yeah, Poa. She went under the screen multiple times. Multiple times.
It's all true. It is all true. But my thing is, I mean, if you're a savant of the game, not even if you're a savant of the game, if you have the ESPN app, you know what I'm saying, Julie? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're like, you should know what you're doing out there. It's just, these are mental lapses. You can't have that. Not that game.
Shout out to Kim
can't
Mulkey
do
though.
it.
She's definitely a Brittany Griner merchant. Like, obviously, like,
I bet.
as well.
Well, let's talk about the big man then. Angel Reese declared for the 2024 WNBA draft. I want to know what y'all think about this. How will she do with the transition? And will she thrive and become a Hall of Fame WNBA player?
Why did you make that face?
I wasn't expecting them to go there. I don't know.
Yeah, we went a little too far there, but
I'm dead.
That's too far.
sure she's gonna be
Maybe.
what? She's gonna be a top 3 pick.
Top
like, of
10.
course,
Not
top-
3, no. Not 3.
top 3. I don't even know.
It would be Kate. It would be like, she's not going to be the second big, probably. Maybe third big.
Oh yeah. Well,
The Stanford girl's leaving, I think.
oh yeah, true.
and
Cameron
then
Brick.
Cardoso's leaving, and then it would be Reese, I think. I think that's how it goes.
No,
But
that's
she's top 10 for sure.
Yeah, so how do we think she's gonna do with that transition?
I think she'll be fine.
She'll be
Like,
fine,
she's a good rebounder. Like, at her worst, she'll
Elite-
be a
elite rebounder,
she can
my-
play as a starter. Yeah, she is. At her worst, she'll be a starter. I don't think that she's gonna dominate offensively. Like, she's not. I won't say she's like skilled enough at scoring to like be dominant offensively, but I think that she can definitely be a good player. Like, if she gets a little better, like gets a little bit more touch around the rim, improves her post game, and she has a good mid range jumper, so she'll be fine.
So she can be an all-star, y'all think?
I think she can be all-star.
Yeah.
Not next year. Like, I'll be surprised she did it like super early, but yeah.
No, she's gonna go top 5.
Top 5, maybe.
Like, it's probably everyone we just named, like, all in the top 5. Like, it's one of those things. Like, I did forget about the Stanford girl, but she's like that as well.
Yeah.
It's just sad. It's sad because like all of these players are gonna go to the WNBA, and then like they just won't get the eyeballs on them anymore. Like, which that's just the product.
Maybe they will though. Like maybe they will now. Like with Kalen coming in, I think that it will definitely help.
That's true. Yeah.
At least in the playoffs. Like no one is going to watch the regular season. I'm not gonna lie. But in the playoffs, like I feel like with Kaylin Clark, if her team makes it, they'll that'll be a big storyline.
And I did see a headline talking about they wanted to potentially do at the All-Star NBA All-Star game, like do a 2v2 with like Steph and Clay versus Sabrina and Caitlin in a 3-point shootout. Which like
a 3-point shootout.
Yeah. No. Come on now.
Even 3-point shootout, you can't add 2 of them. Like I don't know, but that'd be interesting. To Angel Reese's point, I just looked up. She's 6'3". Y'all knew that?
Something like that. 6'3", 6'4".
She's 3, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so all of this mid-range jumper talk.
That's big for
I personally am not knowing. Now, mind you, I don't watch every game. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I do. I'm simply just not knowing, especially when we talk about the next level. The free throw, I'm not knowing, especially when we talk about. Listen to me though, Julian. I'll let you go. Now let me go. When we talk about this next level, I'm personally not knowing. They got some big girls out there. It's not just I'm dominating these 5'8" or anything like that. Like, she's gonna have to have some game. Like I don't this starter talk coming right in. I'm personally not knowing.
She's gonna be a starter. Let's not do this. Let's not. I would.
She would start. What position?
4 or 5.
Probably
4 or 5.
Probably the 4.
Bro, what are you talking about? Dude, those girls are not every girl in the WNBA is 6'6". Like not every center is 6'6".
You're right. They 6'8".
She bang. That's not true, bro.
Bro.
You're wrong. I'm telling you, you're wrong. Yes, you're wrong. You are wrong. Cordosa is like 6'6". I'm pretty sure.
7, I think.
Yeah,
like
Cordosa's the starting 5.
Yeah, Cordosa is like 6'6", and Angel Reese bangs with Cordosa. So I don't even understand what we're doing right now.
Cordosa gave her major problems, and you know that. Like,
she gave Cordosa problems too, though. It wasn't one-sided. Let's not act like she got dominated. That's not true. That's not the case. Morgan, no, I'm not gonna let that slide.
No. But listen to me though, Julia. Listen to me though. 4 maybe, because she plays like a big. All right,
she'll be a 4.
I'm just worried.
What do we think the size of? Wait, can we? All right, wait.
Bro, I'm thinking 6'6" to 6'8" is your 5. When you go into the WNBA, that's what I believe.
They don't have that many 6'8" girls.
No. But I also know for a fact that there are girls taller than 6'3" that be shooting lights out. That could give you buckets. Issues.
There are some.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe.
There are a few.
There definitely are a few. Like I've seen it. But
Asa Wilson plays 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just saying. That's major problems too. She gotta
6'4".
have a good summer. All in all. That's all I'm gonna boil it down to. She's gotta have a good summer. Weight room, Wheaties, jump shooting on the gut. That's all I'm saying.
You're trying her. I think
Angel Wilson is 6'4", bro. She's 6'4".
Not even.
That's all I'm saying. Like the average size of a WNBA center is 6'4". So
yeah,
like
that's why it's gonna get so serious when Juju comes in at like 6'1". Juju's gonna come in at like 6'1", combo guard. Like it's just
brother is talking about Juju. Unprovoked.
I stop. What does that matter?
Not even on the slide. Like, what are we talking about?
We're talking about the WNBA.
Let's talk about better than Juju. Let's talk about better than Juju. This is the last slide I got. Obviously, we got to talk about some of the games today a little bit too. So let's be efficient as we do this. Actually, I gotta check one. I gotta check one thing really quick. Really fast. Okay. All right. Iowa defeats UConn in 71-69 after a late controversial call. I don't believe any superb offense was played this game. You know, we had Caitlin Clark 29, 9, and 7, but it was hokey. You know, with her 23 points that put them over the edge. Paige Weckers and Aaliyah Edwards both racked up 17 points. Let's get some general reactions from this game. You know, what do we like? What do we see? What do we dislike here?
I thought it was a great game from both sides. I thought Caitlin played pretty well. I thought Paige played pretty well. It's that call at the end, I guess everyone's looking at. It was crazy just to make that call. I felt like they should just played it out, you know, let Paige take that shot. I mean, that's the only reason we were watching, because Paige and Caitlin. So like, just let her shoot it.
See, but, from a fan's perspective, yeah, okay, but like as unfortunate as it is, it was the right call. Like,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't go for it.
I mean, I get it. Like,
I can't let it slide, because you see, if we're gonna call that a moving screen, then we have to call it the 50 other times that it happens throughout the course of the game. Like, we can't just sit here and act like, yeah, like we can say that's the right call. That's the right call every time they set a screen. Every single time they set a screen, it's going to be something like that. Like, very rarely do they set a rule book friendly screen. That never happens.
And she
flopped. They called it. Of course she. I mean, she should flop though. Like, she should sell the call.
This was the angle that made it seem as if it was not a foul. Like,
I'm just saying, if you slow every screen down, which is what people are doing, if you put every screen that's set in the game in slow motion and pull up the perfect angle, then yeah, you'll see that it's probably a moving screen or not rule book friendly. But I don't know, bro. I'm sorry. That's a BS call. That's a BS call. If they let, like Ian's saying, they let many other things slide. Paige Beckers got thrown out of bounds. She got trucked. Out of bounds. Like, her body went flying like football. No foul. But we want to call this soft moving screen that didn't get Paige even open. It's not even like it's not like she set a stonewall screen and like she was just free for a wide open jumper. She ran over the screen. Like, the girl got around the screen. Like, I feel like it's a ridiculous call to make with 4 seconds left in the game. And like, yeah, if we're gonna say they should make the call, they should make the correct call, then they should do it consistently throughout the full game. Like, we can't just ask them to make the correct call the last play. Then let's make the correct call every single time they set a screen.
Yeah, and it's just the notion, like, just let them play. Like, if you're gonna like Jordan's saying, like, if you're gonna let them play the entire game, let them play when it matters, the actual most, like the last shot of the game. How are you gonna call that? How? Like, and you can say it's a moving screen and all, but
it wasn't egregious. I'm sorry. It's not egregious, especially in real time. Like, in real time, none of us thought that was a moving screen.
Yeah.
I couldn't listen. I wasn't listening to the game. Like, it was just going, and like, so I didn't even realize what was going on. Like, I thought they called another timeout or something. Like,
I was blowed. Everyone was blowed. They were just looking around like, what? And then we saw Geno Smith hunch his back. Yeah, not Geno Smith, Geno Oriema hunch his back over. He was sick. That was sick. No problem, bro. Like, calm down.
But just a few things. Hey, we got a little time. First and foremost, I'm extremely proud of both teams. You know, they definitely played a very hard-fought game here. There was some great defense played by the UConn team. Girl with 2 ankle monitors, you know what I'm saying? She can't really leave the house. But the girl with 2 ankle monitors definitely was face guarding the entire game. You know, these girls also were playing through pain. Bodies were strewed across the floor. Stokey, she stepped up big, when her team couldn't really make shots in the course of the game. Definitely some big shots at the end from both sides. Paige, Kate Martin, the whole game. But Miles did mention, there are different angles of this to come out here. And this one I woke up to because I was with Julian. I'm saying? I didn't believe that this was a moving screen as well. But this angle here, when you slow down the frame, you clearly can see her slide out and also move her arms in that direction of the player. This is a textbook moving screen, unfortunately. And that's something, if you are on the floor like a referee, you're going to have to make that call. Now, according to the rule, listen to me though. Listen to me. No, listen to me for a second. Just for a second, Julie, because I have a little bit more before we get it.
It doesn't make any sense.
I let you go. I let you go. Now, just give me a second. A moving screen in basketball is when an offensive player moves their feet horizontally or laterally in the process of setting a screen. Now, again, you slow the frame, you see the feet slide, and you see the arms move to the direction of Batty Marshall. It's unfortunate. This, again, it's definitely a very difficult call to make. But they made that call. But what I was shocked personally was the reaction from the world. I know Julian's body. He's not like that. But then you have LeBron James. Angel Reese was questioning the call as well. And I came across another clip that I just want y'all to hear.
Get a shot off. The whistle blew. I didn't see it. It was in the rear of me. I was just trying to come off the screen. Everybody can make a big deal of that one single play, but not one single play wins a basketball game or loses a basketball game. I feel like there was a lot of mistakes that I made that could have prevented that play from even being that big or causing the game. So yeah, you can look at one play and say, oh, that was like that killed us or that hurt us, but we should have done a better job. I should have done a better job.
Now, it's just shocking to me, and I'm gonna mute Julian for this just so I can get my point across. It's personally just shocking to me that after a game, we're gonna cite one foul call as the reason why they lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, put yourselves in the shoes of an actual competitor. And it blew me that LeBron and Angel Reese, as competitors, felt this way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many minutes the game is in college. It's a long game. Many mistakes were made. There are many fouls called throughout the course of it. Many shots weren't made. Many turnovers were made. Bad plays, bad decisions. So at the end of the day, this is what happens. They gave the game up, blew a 10-point lead or whatever it was. All right. And this is what happens. So it's just like, again, yeah, I have to go with Paige here. I know this is player speak, what have you. I'm sure she was shocked about the call too. But at the end of the day, these girls played a hard-fought game. As competitors, we all have to be able to set our feelings aside, when it comes to this and say, look, here's what it is. Call was made. One team has to move. It's just how I feel about it, but I'll let y'all go.
Shout out to Paige for not going to whine about the call. Like, that's what she should say. Like, you're right. As a competitor, that's what she should say. That doesn't mean that she truly feels that she didn't get shafted. That doesn't mean that she doesn't feel that she got shafted in that game. And that's why the media goes and cries for you. Like, she shouldn't go to them and be like, oh, we lost the game because of that. That's not true. We don't know if she's going to make the shot or not. Like, to be real. But the fact that it was taken out of their hands, yes, that is BS. Like, we as fans of the game, we as spectators can say that's BS. Yes, if your call, we've seen you, Morgan, when the Lakers played the Celtics, I remember specifically, we got a foul call missed by the refs, and you cried about that play. Yes, if we made another jump shot, we would have won the game anyway. That doesn't matter. We don't care about that. This happened with a few seconds left in the game. We can't say this is why they lost the game, but it did take the opportunity for them to take the go-ahead shot away. Like, that happened. We're not going to, like, downplay that. So I don't know like why you put that little clip up there. Like, yes, Paige as a player should go say that instead of cry about the refs. That's factual.
On
But
one
me
hand,
as a
but I
spectator,
expect that from all competitors. Is my point. On one hand, we want to
No,
talk
no,
about the
no, you
LeBron
don't.
James foul against the Celtics. It's clearly raked on the arm. That is a
So
foul in the NBA.
I don't
This
care
play
about
right
that.
here, she's clearly moving throughout the screening process. That is a foul. Like I don't know
No,
what you
if you get a
what can we
broadcast, I'm
say?
asking Morgan, if you go get a broadcast angle of every single play in the game, if you go get a broadcast angle from the stands of every single screen set in the game and slow it down, I'm sure to you that there was 50 illegal screens set last night.
But
That
that's just
doesn't
a
matter.
poor
We're
and
not
weak
playing the game.
excuse that
We're not
only
playing
you
the
can
game
make.
in slow motion. We're
It's
not
a
playing the
poor
game in
and weak
slow
excuse
motion.
that only you could make. That's
No,
not
it's
how the
that's not
game is
true.
played. Referees aren't going to
That's
pick
not
up
how the game is
everything.
ref. The game is
When
not
it's
ref from
clear,
the stands.
why are
Bro,
you
the
raising
game
your
is not ref
whoa,
from
whoa,
the
whoa,
stand.
whoa, whoa. Use your inside voice first. This is a
No, because
clear
you're
and
wrong.
egregious
The
call,
game
though.
is not a ref from the stands in a slow motion. What are we talking about? What are you
It's
talking
a
about?
clear and egregious call that they made, and it's clearly correct.
Dude,
Is
Morgan,
it not?
Morgan, if they didn't make that call, would you have said it was a moving screen? Like, just be honest. Well, none of us
From my
probably
angle, I didn't believe it was.
exactly. So
What do you mean
wouldn't
exactly?
even be
They're not the
complaining about it.
broadcast. I'm not on the floor. I'm not there. Like they were. I don't know where the ref is. I can't see him on the screen, but there's usually a sideline ref. That's right there. Like
But
that's
Morgan,
that's the call. They made the call.
But the fact
I'm
that
asking
you
you,
know what the call was,
if
like,
there was 50 screens set last night, how
But
many
there
of
is.
them do you think? I'm asking, no. If there was 50, let's say out of 50 screens set last night by UConn, how many screens were illegal? By the rule book, how many do you think? Just give a guess.
I don't know. Like I really do not know. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't even guess.
I would bet
honestly.
you over half of them, over half, probably around 75% of them are illegal per the rule book.
But not this egregious.
Iowa didn't get any screens called against them, and they were setting double screens for Caitlin Clark to run off all night. I'm just saying that happened, and I'm sure we can look it
you
up.
see
And
how
there's
that's a
one that's
poor and
BS.
weak excuse of somebody that's not a
That's-
competitor at the highest level. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just weak, Drew. I don't know what to say about it. That's just weak. Oh, the refs, like
Morgan,
and for the
do you not
audience,
understand? Do you not understand the argument? It's not that the refs won the game. I don't think that the refs won them the game. They took
I
the
think you do.
opportunity. No, I don't. They took the opportunity for UConn to win the game away.
But for the audience, though, it's not just this play that Julia is talking about. Like throughout the game, and we have the receipts to prove it.
Throughout
You
the
can
game,
vouch for
I
me.
told you they were going to manufacture a win. I told you they were going to manufacture it.
Oh, the refs are doing like the refs are clearly rigging it for ESPN views.
I
Like, it's
told
just-
you. I told you they were going to
bro.
manufacture it. I told you that at the beginning of the
Come
game
on,
when
man.
they called the phantom foul on that girl. They called a phantom foul on the girl, and then 2 plays later, Paige got thrown out of bounds, and it was an out of bounds call. And then they want to call a moving screen with 2 seconds left in the game. Okay.
But again, if you feel that way, you're entitled to your own opinion. However, if you look at this play right here,
I don't care, bro.
that's a clear and illegal screen. Like,
And there was 100 of them said last night,
I
and
disagree.
they didn't get called.
But-
So
Oh, okay. I mean, if you want to cry about that, you can. But again, on this particular play, it's a clear and illegal screen by not the yearbook, the rule book. You know what I'm saying? The ref
you're throwing me
made
off.
the call.
I'm not gonna lie, you're
That's
throwing
all
me
we
off
can
right now
do.
because we're like you're downplaying like the importance of it being the game-winning shot.
It was very
And, like,
important.
if you're gonna call a
No.
game, you as fans, right, or as competitors, right? Let's take you for example. When you played basketball, you wanted the ref to call a game consistently, correct? You expected that out of the
That's
ref.
impossible.
If they were gonna be
But
stop.
that is impossible.
If they were gonna be soft, right? If there was a quick whistle, you wanted it to be a quick whistle for your team and the other team throughout the game, right?
So you're saying it was an unfairly called game, Joe?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying we should expect consistency. If you're gonna call that, then they should have called it earlier in the game. That's all I'm saying. You need to be consistent as a ref. If you're gonna let them be very physical all night, Why would you call this with 4 seconds left on the shot on the game clock? It doesn't make sense. That's not consistent. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know
Because if had they called it, maybe she's like, oh, I actually have to say a perfect screen. You understand? Like you can make adjustments. You can adjust, but it wasn't consistent. That's real. That's real. You adjust to a quick whistle. If you know the refs are going to be quick with the whistle, you're going to be less physical. That's real. That's how sports are played. So as a competitor,
There's only
you have
one
to
way to set
understand
a
the
screen.
Oh my god! All right,
There is. There's only one way to set a screen. I could hear that, Drew, but again, it's just all hindsight and it's all nonsense. This was the play that shocked the entire world at the end of the game. It is. This is the play.
I'm just saying,
this is
if someone like
slow
LeBron
it
James,
down and we look at it, we can see
LeBron
why it was
has played.
called.
LeBron
That's
has
all.
played probably hundreds of thousands of minutes of basketball. If he's complaining about it, like, then it probably was BS, bro. I'm just gonna be real.
Oh, you talking about palms to the sky, LeBron? Like that complains about every call that's made on his own floor.
He's not playing.
Like,
He's
what
not
are you
playing in the
talking
game.
about? He blew
He's not
me.
playing.
He blew
He's
me
not
with that.
playing in the game.
I know he had the same angle as we did, and I said the same thing that you are saying right now. However, when you slow it down and you look at it, this is what you see. To
Dude,
that
we get
point,
that.
though, too, because my ultimate point has still not even been made.
Make your point. You muted me and you didn't make a point.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
This
for
is
sure.
your
Because
fault.
I wanted you to respond. Because I have a question to ask you, though, Jew.
Yeah.
Don't you think at the end of the game they should be able to review a call like this?
Of
They
course
should be able to
should.
go to a monitor and make sure that the correct call was made.
I would
like
love for them
they
to
do in
have
the league.
challenges. That would be nice if they had challenges. Yeah.
For sure. And this is what they would have saw. So what do you think they would have called?
But I understand that, Morgan. Like, but listen. Let's say they don't call that play, okay? Do you think that I was gonna challenge that play? You think that I was gonna be like, oh, let's challenge that? That was a moving screen. Why? It would be a dead ball, right?
I mean, UConn?
No, if it
No,
wasn't
Iowa.
called,
I'm saying if it wasn't called and they made the shot, right? Let's say Iowa. I
Well,
mean,
no,
what's it called?
it wouldn't have been
UConn makes the
challengeable.
shot.
It wouldn't
Nope.
have been challenged.
yeah,
No,
you
dead
can't
ball.
challenge something like that.
Nah,
I
yeah,
thought
you
can't
can't.
challenge
You
dead ball
can't,
foul.
you can't really challenge a no call. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, we wouldn't have
Yeah,
even
so-
said anything about it though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They wouldn't have even wanted that call, like, or not
Yeah.
wanted it. Of course, they would have wanted it, but like they wouldn't have tried to complain or be all blah blah blah. Blah.
Contest
Like
it,
nobody
yeah.
would be talking about it. That was a regular
Personally-
routine play throughout the game. That was a routine play.
it's not true. But I personally disagree with that fact because you see Gabby Marshall, kick her head back after getting that little forearm.
Gabby
shiver from a
Marshall,
girl that's bigger
Gabby
than her.
Marshall
Like, she
flopped.
definitely wanted that call. Like she
Bro,
did.
Gabby Marshall has flopped like 3 times last night running over screens. Like that. That's how the game is played.
Everybody
people flop.
flopped. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
People flop.
understand.
Like
But again,
she's not gonna cry after that.
She got hit. Like
She got hit by
Did
a
she not get hit?
much larger woman. Yes, by a much larger
You're
woman.
right.
So
That's-
yes, I'm
that's
sure
what
that
happened.
shocked her
Like,
body.
she got
That
the
shocked her
forearm
body.
shiver and then flopped. Like I don't
Yes,
know what.
the
Like you have
forearm
to be
shiver
able
that's-
to. You have
The
to be
forearm
able to.
shiver
sell
that
it.
you'll see. All right, I'll text you today. We're gonna need to watch 2 games today. I'll text you today every time that there's a
No,
legal screen.
text my phone because
I'm
because
no,
again,
I'm
like, the
texting
crying
you
of refs is
personally.
the refs is actually
I'm gonna
going to be
text you
like,
personally. I'm texting your phone personally every time that we see a forearm get stuck out. Okay.
and I'm gonna text you personally every time a play by a player was not made. You know what I'm saying? Like because that
That's
ultimately
fine. I understand that.
result in the result of the game. Like that's what happens. That's how the game is played. Like it's not about the refs.
You
It's
can't
not about
downplay. You can't downplay this. I'm sorry, you
SBU.
can't. You
Yeah,
can't
the last
downplay
play of the
something.
game.
You can't downplay the last play. Yeah, you can't downplay it. Like that's not just another play. They could have won on the play.
Downplaying it.
Yeah,
You're
and
downplaying it.
I hate when players have to
downplaying
say
it.
that, like that it didn't really matter in the scheme of things, but it
They
really
know it matters. They're
Yeah.
sick. All of them are sick. They're
Of course
sick.
It matters.
No,
But
it
there's
matters
a
the most.
call
They're
that
very
has to
sick.
be made.
Yeah, they're very sick. They
They
all
blew
are
the
sick
whistle.
about that.
They blew the whistle. And if you ask, I don't know what they have in college, but again, in the NBA, you go to Secaucus, everybody on there, 50 monitors or whatever. If you ask them if this was the correct call to be made, they will tell you that was the correct call that had to be made. So it's just tough. It's really unfortunate because again, I am a fan just like you two. You know, maybe not just like you two. I'm definitely a different cloth, but I would have liked to see that play run out as well. But hey, they made the call. It was the correct call. Iowa moves. They live to fight another day. It's unfortunate. It really is for Paige and them, but what can you do? What can you do? That's a far. Do we have anything else on this fact? I mean, on this slide before we
I think we.
is there a
I think we
next? No, there's no next one.
Good
But yeah,
game.
before we talk about March Madness,
No,
Jew?
bro. No. Can't believe you just downplayed that. That's really ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. I saw people saying that on Twitter too. All of y'all are ridiculous. All of you. Ridiculous.
It's a downplay.
That is downplaying it.
Most important call of the game.
Same thing happens.
They got it
same
right.
thing happened. Same thing happened to the Eagles. That's why like what's it called? I think in basketball they have like a call that's called like insignificant contact or something like that. Like I don't know, something like that. Don't they?
Marginal contact, sure.
Yeah,
Are you saying that
marginal
this is
contact.
marginal contact?
No. Listen. I'm just saying they have a call in basketball that's called marginal contact, right? But like that's such a gray area call. It's similar to this. Like it's BS. You can't call this there.
One more time, just for the audience. A moving screen in basketball is when an offensive player moves their feet horizontally or laterally in the process of setting the screen. Now, again, it's tough. Unfortunately, it was the correct call that had to be made in that time. It's just what it is. Like, you don't want to see it as a fan. I understand it. But
Dude,
it was the correct call.
this is the last thing I'll say about it. If you're not mad that it wasn't called, then it shouldn't have been called. That's what I'll say.
If I'm not mad that it wasn't called,
Then it shouldn't have been called. Like if they didn't call that moving screen, you wouldn't have been mad.
I didn't see that angle that I just have shown y'all like 100 times already.
All
Like,
right,
I didn't see that. Like if they slowed it down and they rewound it, I would have been like,
Actually, no, you
light
wouldn't
bulb
have
would've
because
went
you watch Curry, you watch Steph Curry run around 50 screens every day, and you don't say anything, and they don't call
I
it.
don't say
We
I
watched
don't
it.
say anything. You want to stand on that?
I'm standing on it. I'm standing very strong on that. You don't complain after you see Curry run around 50 screens every night that are illegal. You don't say anything. When was the last time you spoke on it?
It's a wild.
When was the
comment
last time that you spoke on that?
When's the last time the Warriors made a significant run? Like, what are we talking about?
2 years ago. They just won the championship 2 years ago.
That's a well-known fact. Like, that's something that's well known that we see all the time. And they get called for it too. Like, it happens. It does.
No,
it is okay. It is okay. Take 5, man. We got 2 games that we got to get to today. So for the audience, if you're betting people, whatever Julian says, do the opposite. Do the opposite. I'm begging you. Sorry, all right. What we got today? So we got Purdue, right? And
Purdue, NC State.
Yeah, we got Purdue, NC State, 609. DJ Burns in the gang. I have Purdue favored by 9.5. It's a lot, but who do we have? What do we like in this game?
I mean, like bracket wise, like of course I want Purdue to win, but like objectively speaking, I think like NC State is on the absolute, and we talked about this last week. Like they're just on the ultimate heater right now.
I think it's a bet. The only thing, like you're right, NC State is hot, but like it's a terrible matchup in terms of like a huge Edie on DJ Burns. Like I don't really know how that's going to play out. Like I can't really picture what they're going to do. Like I'm excited to see what happens. So like I don't really know what's going to happen in that game, but like I do think similarly to what we were just speaking about, like how the game is ref in this game will be a major factor.
That's so
it will
sad.
be. No, it will. It will.
Yeah,
If
just
Za-
big man.
no, because he has to guard now. I'm talking about Edie. Zach Edie doesn't get in foul trouble usually. How the
Yeah.
game is refed will be a major factor in this game. And it wasn't the last. Like you didn't watch the last game, so like I'm not even going to sit here and argue with you about it. Like I actually watched Tennessee and Purdue play, and the refs once again were trending worldwide because Zach Edey doubled the free throws of Tennessee. He doubled their free throws on soft calls, and he didn't get a foul call when he should have had 3 in the first half, obviously. But like I'm just saying, how the game is ref when he actually has to guard a scoring threat at center will be
Yeah.
interesting.
Play physical down low.
Because they're going to call fouls. They foul Zach Edey. That's factual. He's huge. You have to foul him. I'm not arguing that. But how they let him play defensively, he's going to have to guard. Will they call anything? We'll see.
On one hand, he's huge and you have to foul him. And on the other, he be doubling folks with free throws.
Dude.
Honestly, take it from somebody that's knowing.
You didn't
Now,
watch the
John, I
game,
want
so
you
you're
to
not
listen to
knowing.
me. No,
Don't
I'm
lie
not
to
even
the people
talking
like
about
you
that
watch.
game. No, I'm not talking about that game anymore. I'm not talking about that game anymore. I'm talking about the game that we have here. I wouldn't speak on what I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I just know that Zach Edey be getting to the line. I've seen it all tournament. That's
He
all I'm
does.
saying. He leads the nation in free throws, probably. Like I'm pretty sure he
does
does.
not.
That's he doesn't.
I don't think so. Not in the regular season. No.
Well, he's up there, ain't he? I mean, he's got to be up
And I'm
there.
pretty sure Tennessee shoots like 30 free throws per game, but they shot 12, I think, in the last game. So, just saying. And Zach Edey had 3 personal fouls in the first half that they did not call. Obviously,
Oh, that they didn't call.
They did not call. He tackled a guy.
You know they have.
You didn't
referee
watch.
jobs, right?
You did. You
No,
did
no,
not
no.
watch.
I'm just saying, like you know that you could be a little league ref or something like that. You go to
I'll
the
send
ref.
you.
right
I'll send you it on Twitter, and you tell me if it was a foul or not. But okay,
Okay,
continue.
you do that. All right. Anywho, now you can take it from somebody that's knowing. How about this? You take it from somebody that's knowing. There's going to be one problem during this game for NC State. I believe. I believe that DJ Burns is not going to be able to play the same amount of minutes as Zach Edey. But while he's in there against Zach Edey, right, it's going to be a lot of one-on-one because he has that low center of gravity, very strong in the post. He's going to be able to push him off of his spot, I feel like. So Purdue, if they're knowing, I'm pretty sure they will be. It may be an in-game adjustment. We'll see how they come out, but they're gonna want to get Edey, DJ Burns in some type of high pick and rolls. See what DJ does. Right? There's obviously gonna be help coming, but is that help gonna be big enough to alter Edey off of his spot? That's what we're gonna see a lot of that today. Comes down to shooting for me always. That's how we pick. That's why my bracket is better than all of yours. If Purdue is able to shoot the ball well, right, they'll win by double digits. That's just how I feel. So I'm gonna go with my pick, Purdue. And you got anything about it before we talk about that next matchup?
I mean, no, I'm just really excited to see Edie and DJ. Definitely gonna be.
Should be interesting.
Bro, Edey
Should
should
be
dominate
interesting.
DJ Burns. I don't even know if that will be the matchup, honestly.
Why?
Like, I'm not sure. Because they have another, I'm pretty sure they
They
have a
do.
6'11" or 7-footer on. They have 2 other big men who are
I just
taller
mean,
than DJ
why do you
Burns.
think he's gonna dominate? Like he's just.
No, offensively, I mean, he's like if they match that up 1-on-1, like he's way bigger.
I
than
mean,
him.
yeah.
He's much
But
taller.
he'd have to go over the top. Is my only thing. I mean, I don't see him backing
That's what
him
He's
down.
not gonna throw him
Yeah,
under
he's not
the.
gonna.
He doesn't throw everyone that he plays under the rim. Like it's hard to push him out. Yeah, he's a big guy, but like when he gets there to his spot in the paint, like he just hooks over you. Like
I mean, he
it's not like
has
throws
that.
guys under the rim and dunks on you. Like
He
turns
has
around
that
and
hook
shuts you
over
down.
the. He has the hook over the left shoulder for sure. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, and you know this, Drew. The position of that matters greatly. I mean, he's not.
I mean,
he's
it
not
definitely does.
Kareem or anything. Like, he not going to take a free throw line hook.
I mean, that's why
like
the other guy did so well. The other guy in the Tennessee game did so well, but he got in like super foul trouble, so he didn't get to finish the game. But
that's what
ran
happens. Well. I mean, that's definitely that definitely is what happens. He puts
if it's a physical game, like we'll see. If it's not, they're gonna win. Just being real.
For sure. All right, so the next game we got Bama and UConn. UConn's favored by 11.5 in that game. Is there anybody that believes that Bama has a chance here?
Bama can beat anyone. Like, I don't think that they're gonna win, but like they can beat anyone. Like, they just literally jack threes. They jack threes and shoot layups all game. They play at a crazy pace. Like, they can beat any team in the whole country. So,
I mean,
do I think they're going to beat UConn? I don't think so. Like, they beat my team, the team I picked, UNC, who had a great big, two veteran players. They had a great big and probably the most proven guard in the whole country, or one of the most proven guards in the whole country, RJ Davis, and they beat them. So, I think they can beat anyone, like I said. But yeah, UConn looks tough right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think UConn. It's just, of course, the big man. He proved he was a defensive monster. I just don't see them out executing a UConn team. That's basically what it comes down to. I don't. It's pretty much all I got to say.
I want to see if that dude Grant Nelson has a big game versus
Grant Nelson
versus the 7-footer. I mean, he killed UNC, man. Like, if he can duplicate that game versus another 7-footer, it's kind of a similar style player as Baycott was, but even I would say he's much less skilled on offense than Baycott. Like,
he did take the game over. That's a good point.
He eliminated my team at that room, but yeah.
That should be interesting. Again, like, you hit it with that welcome to my world. Like, I don't know.
That's gonna be tough, bro. He's gonna bring that 7-footer out of the paint. Like, it won't be it's not the same game that we saw with Illinois. Like, it's definitely much different offensively.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. All right, so pick Bama and pick. You got Purdue, Drew?
I think Purdue's going to win. I didn't pick Bama, though. I think the UNCs will win the games, but they can win, though.
Can you go with the other team, though, real quick? Like, go with NC State. Go with it.
I want NC State to win. I'm rooting for them. I'll go ahead and say that for sure.
All right. Now we good. Appreciate you, big bro. Yeah,
you do forget that my bracket was literally on par. My bracket is literally the same as yours, except for Tennessee lost to Purdue. I'm just saying. Like, that's literally the difference.
PU. That's what I forgot. Actually, I forgot to put leaderboard up there so we can really see where everybody's at. Like,
I haven't checked it since Tennessee got bounced, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm straight on looking at that. Don't play it up.
I'm dead.
I mean, the bracket gets thrown though at the end because they give, like I told y'all, they give way too many points. To the end teams. Like I was third place before. I was in third place before the Tennessee game, and I'm sure I'm low now.
So you're saying the gap could increase?
The gap will increase if Purdue wins. Obviously, you're going to get like 300 points for Purdue winning. Same as if Tennessee won, I would be blowing you out. So, you're a different.
Yeah, you're six.
Unfortunately. Formula though. You know what I'm saying? What I look at, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a fine line between good and great. You feel me? It's a fine line. Again, take 5 pot. Y'all got anything before we end this thing out?
South Carolina versus Iowa tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, Julia. Let me cut the music for this. There's going to be a serious conversation that we have.
You mean
If
if State
Caitlin
beats
Clark
South
basketball.
Carolina? They can
There's a
beat.
serious
They definitely can beat
conversation that has.
They beat them last year.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be
Hey.
that. It's not that crazy if they beat them. I'm just, like, I know they've won every game, but I'm just saying
Nah,
they beat them last year.
By a lot. They're probably favored by a lot, I think.
South Carolina? Why would they be favored by a lot?
Everyone.
Bro, both of them
You
are
just
1
6
seed.
and a
It's
half-
not like
6 and a
it's
half
not like South
point.
Carolina's blowing everyone out. Like they blew out NC State yesterday, yeah. But like they just had a close game with Indiana. They barely won their conference tournament.
I guess.
Took a Cordosa bank in 3. I'm just saying, like, why would they be favored by a lot? That doesn't make any sense.
6.5 points. I mean,
That's a
I mean,
lot.
that is a lot. That is a lot. I think that's a
Yeah.
stretch. Iowa can beat them. I mean,
You're all
Caitlin Clark
watching
has
your master at work.
if Caitlin Clark has a crazy game, they can beat them. Right, you're
You are now watching a master at work. All right. You gonna straddle that bit. You gonna straddle that fence, big fella. I'm knowing. Like,
not
anywho,
straddling anything.
they pick a side.
Who's going to win?
Who's gonna win?
Obviously, I think South Carolina's going to win. They've won every game.
yeah, I mean, I think South Carolina.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout, though.
Like I said, if something other than that occurs, there's going to be a serious conversation that we have to have. All right.
I guess.
I'd say
It'll be
5
a good
points.
dub.
Yeah. TS. I'd say 5. Make sure y'all follow us on all social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. I got to get up out of this seat. TikTok as well. Daily content coming out. Stay tuned for updates. Anything else, gentlemen?
Braves should watch out. That's all I got to say.
Bruh.
All right. Anyways, time to go.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Anywho.
It's not even worth it.